competition, get ready for the Binibining Game Barangay Pantok 2022 Swimsuit Competition.
With Binibining K1, Aya Garcia. She stands 5 feet 4 inches and measures 38, 27, 38. For Binibining 1, Aya Garcia. Binibining Grade 2, Paris Antonio. She stands 5 feet 7 inches and measures 36, 24, 36. That's our Binibining Grade 2, Paris. Binibining Grade 3, Aliyah Vilma. She stands 5 feet 8 inches and measures 35, 22, 35. Binibining Grade 3, Aliyah. Binibining Grade 4, Georgie She stands 5 feet 5 inches and measures 38, 27, 38. Binibining Game 4, Georgie. Binibining Game 5, Pepper Della Paz. She stands 6 feet and measures 36, 24, 37. are Binibining K5, Pepper. Binibining K6, Jack de la Serna. She stands 5 feet 4 inches and measures 35 to 22, 35. Binibining K6, Jack. Binibining K7 is Stacy Dorothea Lopez. She stands 5 feet 6 inches and measures 26, 26, 36. Are Binibining K7, Stacy. Binibining K8, Queen Ball. She stands 5 feet 7 inches and measures 36, 28, 38. Are Binibining K8, Queen Ball. Binibining K9, Denver Heron. She stands 6 feet and measures 36, 24, 36. Are Binibining K9, Denver. Binibining K10, Patricia Payun. She stands 5 feet 6 inches and measures 36, 23, 36. Binibining Game 10, 5.
So sobrang sexy natin mga candidates na naiwan sila dito sa stage.
May mga naiwang labada. Ate, pakuha na po ng mga labada.
Ang sexy, Mrs. No? That is one hot segment that our candidates prepared for tonight's competition. From the screening, photo video shoots, and rehearsals. Everyone was so thrilled and cooperative to make this pageant beautiful and successful.
Hindi lang tagisan ng ganda ang mga panood natin ngayong gabi. But let's us also watch and be inspired by our candidates' LGBT rights video messages. Everyone, let's watch this.
May mga bati yan. May mga bati yan.
There's a lot of people that discriminate LGBT. They say you're meaningless, you're senseless, and you're worthless. And some of them says you don't belong in this world because you are different. But there's one thing I should say. Don't ever underestimate the LGBT people. To all the LGBT people there, just go on. We deserve to love. Denver Geronimo, binangonan.
Hi, I am Laygo Portalero, 22, all the way from Antipolo City. As I embody the trans community, I believe that our society should open more doors and opportunities to any sexual orientation or gender identity and expression of a person for more inclusivity and acceptance for the LGBTQIA+ community. Thank you very much.
It is not asking for any special rights, attention, nor any privileges. LGBTQIA rights is just like the human rights that we have as of today. LGBTQIA+ rights is just like a protection that will make us feel that we are all equal. This is Georgie Stanislaw. I am from Manila City.
Sa patuloy ng pagbabago ng mundo at paglaki ng teknolohiya, lumalaki din at dumadami ang diskriminasyon sa aming LGBTQIA+ community. Ang hinahin natin pagtanggap ay magsisimula kung tayo mismo, ating mga LGBT community ang magkakasundo at makikiisa sa kapakanan ng bawat isa. My name is Taryn Montesorio, 19. I am all the way from Tondo, Manila. Thank you.
The most beautiful creation of God is humanity. Me, them, are also creation of God. So whether you like it or not, lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders are also part of this humanity. Hello there, I am Queen Balong, 22, all the way from City of Manila. Thank you.
Hi everyone. As a member of LGBTQIA+ community, we are not demanding for special rights and preferential treatment. All we ever wanted is to live our lives equally, aiming to build a community that is fair for all, where no one is left out. Because equality is not a concept. It is not something that we should be striving for. It is a necessity.
Despite the fact that we are already living in the 21st century, sadly, in the Philippines that is Christian-dominated, the LGBT community is only tolerated but not yet fully accepted. So as citizens of this country and members of the Laygo community, we should fight for the continuous development of equality and diversity, not just here in the Philippines, but wherever we go. Once again, I am Jack de la Serna, 22, from the city of Antipolo.
Say that we are fully accepted by the community if there will be no judgment and no discrimination that we can hear from other people. And of course, if we already passed the SOGB, our goal here as an LGBT, as part of the rainbow community, is that to make sure that people will be aware that we should be treated and respected equally.
LGBT rights is human rights. People are naturally afraid of what they don't know. That's why when a cisgender man or woman encounters a member of the LGBT community for the first time, they will stick to what they know, what they believe, and be in a state of denial. That's why I firmly believe that having an open dialogue is important so we can empathize and learn from each other. To meet in a common ground where all of us can live harmoniously in a world filled with love, kindness, and acceptance. After all, we are all brothers and sisters. We are all human. I am Patricia Payumo, and I'm representing San Mateo, province of Rizal.
Very well said. A round of applause once again to our candidates sa kanilang mga advocacies and rights. Partner, talaga namang dapat natin
And all their messages have sent, syempre naman.
yes, partner, dapat natin talagang ipaintindi, hindi lang sa mga tao out there, pati sa mga nanonood na we are LGBT are also human.
Nakakalungkot lang at this point in time sa panahon ngayon, mayroon pa rin mga taong few of those people that are not giving respect sa katulad nating LGBTQI member.
Pero hindi ko rin sila masisi, partner, kasi baka mamaya meron sila mga pinagdadaanan.
Bad experience.
Hindi naman natin sila talaga kilala ng mga personal. Saka naniniwala rin naman ako na you cannot please everybody. So hindi naman talaga lahat ng tao ay magugustuhan yung pagkatao ng isang tao.
Well, anyway, ano ba yung mga rights na tayo pinaglalaban? Nandiyan yung respeto, equality, at pagmamahal. Yun ang yung mga common na laging ipinaglalaban ng mga gay na katulad natin. Number one na dito sa binangonan, napakadaing mapagmahal na LGBTQIA member.
Isa na dyan sa idol kong si Ate Catherine Bernardo. Mapagmahal talaga. 01, 02, mapagmahal. Talaga namang dapat lagi.
Tinanong ko nga yan, anong kaya mong ibigay sa taong mahal mo? Isa lang sinagot niya, lahat.
Ay, ang taray.
Parang handang pumatay si Catherine Bernardo.
Pero pag nagmamahal ka naman talaga, di ba Ate Catherine, lahat naman talaga ibibigay mo, di ba?
At syempre palakpakan natin, partner, yung nagpasikat na hanggang ngayon pinag-uusapan abroad ang katagang walang mapapagod magmahal.
Ang aking kumare, oo. Talagang hindi napagod kahit kailan.
Next year, libro na siya.
Ay, talaga?
Na dapat huwag basahin.
Oo. May mga chapter 1, chapter 2 na rin yan, siguro for sure. At syempre, I know, ang ating mga guests, for tonight, tayo talaga namang excited na, kaya naman, hindi na natin patatagalin pa. Partner?
One of the synonymous to beauty is elegance. A lady with sophistication and refinement. makes her truly stand out. Wearing gown of top Filipino designers, we are very proud to present Binibining Barangay Pantok 2022 candidates in their evening gown competition.
Binibining Grade 10, 5. Let's welcome back our Binibining Game Barangay Pantok candidates in their evening gown.
And now, we have come to the most important part of the evening. It's time for the candidates to convince our judges and be the next Binibining Barangay Pantok by picking a word in a bowl and expound what is how, and will she connect into her life. Let me begin the question and answer round with Binibining Gay candidate number 1. Repeat your question. Okay. Napakaganda ni candidate number 1. And you pick the word accessory.
Okay, hello? Okay, what comes comes into my mind when I hear the word accessory. Let's face the reality that accessory is an addition to glitz and glamour. But then again, accessory should be on how we will use it in order for us to show ourselves our true meaning of our own individuality. Accessory is just only a material. What matters most is that purpose. The purpose of that accessory that would lead your individuality or your personality glow like a butterfly. I always believe that it's just a material. Always remember that it is how you will carry yourselves in front of other people, whether with or without any accessory. Thank you so much.
Very well said. Candidate number 1, Binibining Day number 1. Napakahusay. Wala akong masabi, partner. Kaya
Now let's go in. Binibining, candidate number 2, please step forward. It's your time to answer pick your word, please. Judges, and she picked the word wealthy.
I picked the word wealthy. Direct ako yung answer. Health is wealth. During pandemics, our health is the number one priority of each and every one of us. Always remember we should nurture our health in order for us to be wealthy. Thank you so much.
Very well said. Binibining Day number 2. This time, let's meet Binibining Day number 3. Pick the word and give it to me. And you pick the word empowerment.
Thank you very much for that very wonderful word. Well, I would love to give everyone a story that the LGBTQIA plus community faces a lot of discrimination. And we are standing here, the Conticeras that embody the community of trans community, to show empowerment because we are fighting for our rights. We are fighting for equality. We are fighting so that you people should accept and respect, no matter regardless of our sexuality and gender identity. Because at the very end of this day, if we, the LGBTQIA plus community, continue to fight and to continue to empower our community, then definitely one day the people will love us. Not just accepted and tolerated, but you will love us truly within your heart. Thank you very much.
Very well said. Binibining Day number 3.
And now let's move on to Binibini number 4. Please pick your word in a bowl. Judges, everyone, and she picked makeover.
Thank you so much for that very nice word. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, if we are going to look in the dictionary, the word that I think is makeover, and that definitely means transformation. But what really comes to my mind when I read the word makeover is no other than us, Conteceras or the transgenders. Because in the early days, before the pageant starts, you might be seeing us very plain, very simple. But during the coronation or during the night, we try our best to do makeover and transformation to show to the people that we can be good looking in the best way that we can. But ladies and gentlemen, let us always be reminded that it's not always the physical beauty that should be judged for you to be called a better person. Because what's always important is you will do makeover together with this and together with this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Binibining Day number 4. Now let's meet Binibining Day number 5. Binibining Day number 5. Pick your word. And you pick the word sash.
symbolize empowerment. I believe that sash is not just only a thing that you can wear it, but ladies and gentlemen, sash is also a responsibility. You need to always remember that sash is a responsibility. You need to be empowered, or you need to inspire others to tell to each and everyone that we can be beauty queen, or we can be something that we can be with our confidence and with our beauty. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Binibining number 5.
Now let's call in Binibining number 6. Pick your word, please. Kindly give it to me. And she picked the word triumph.
Denotatively speaking, triumph means victory. But in a connotative aspect, I consider myself on a stage of triumph. Why? Because just like any individuals in the LGBT community, it was very hard for us to come out of the box. But I became optimistic. I became positive that everything happens for a reason, that all the struggles I faced before and during coming out stage, I've overcome it. And right now, I am standing in front of you on my triumph stage as an empowered transgender woman with a purpose. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Binibining number 6. This time, ladies and gentlemen, Binibining number 7. Binibining number 7, you pick the word power.
Well, the word power, well, every one of us has the power in everything that we do. The power to accept things, the power to respect one another. And I believe we should use that power so that we can inspire that anyone. Because of course, I can also relate power in terms of power in the government, in a way that if we have the power, we should use it wisely, but rather we should not use the power that we got to harm other people. We should always remember that in everything that we do, we give an impact to the world. Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our Binibining number 7. Thank you very much. This time, let's call on Binibining number 8.
Please forward. Can you give it to me, please? Okay, judges, the word that she picked is ornament.
Seriously, I don't understand the question. What is that, ma'am?
What is ornament po daw, everyone? Any other word for the word ornament?
Okay, thank you so much. The word that I pick is ornament, o sabi nga ng iilan is palamuti. Like we LGBT, many people thinking about that we LGBT are only ornament here in our country, here in our own world. It is simply because alam nila na kaming mga bakla ay palamuti lang dito sa mundo dahil nagbibigay kami ng kasiyahan. But one thing is for sure, ornament is very important here in our country nor in the whole world because we LGBT are also important dahil kami rin po ay nagbibigay ng ningning hindi lang sa inyong mga mata kundi sa inyong puso at isipan. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's call in our second to the last candidate.
And you pick the word unfair.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's say the world is very unfair. Why do I say so, ladies and gentlemen? Because God created us as different. Let's say the other people said, bakla, tomboy, charing-charing, or else. It is what we call unfair. Bakit? Dahil nilikha lang po ng Diyos, lalaki at babae. Napaka-unfair na mundo kung tatawagin nyo kaming bakla, tomboy, charing-charing at iba pa. But ladies and gentlemen, being a transgender is not to diminish our humanity. Our only purpose in living is to love and to be loved, to educate and to be educated, and to respect and to be respected. We all need to love each other para na maiwasan po natin ang salitang unfair sa pagkatao ng mga bakla. Alam naman po natin lahat, mahirap maging bakla dahil napakadaming mata na umuusga sa amin. Pero ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, tayo pa rin po magtutulungan. Maraming salamat po.
Very well said. Binibining number 9.
And finally, we are now down last to our candidate, Binibining number 10. And the word she picked is, hindi niya tinignan in fairness. The word is vision.
Vision. This is something that is correlational to my values and purpose in life.